In every episode, we take a look at a buzzword or a common belief and break it down. So this time, like all episodes, we have a question from a listener.
Are all top of funnel metrics vanity metrics?
Good question. So let's break that down. Top funnel metrics. The answer is not necessarily, I think. Not all top funnel metrics are prone to be a vanity metric. They can become a vanity metric when they're taken out of context. So having reach, that's good on its own, because without a big audience, you cannot get big conversions. So, but once we start to look for reach in suboptimal places, when we stop targeting the entire market, like Byron Sharp, but start targeting a market that's not ours, that becomes an issue. On its own, you have a bigger reach, but in effect, we're not doing anything that's effective. When we optimize that in isolation, so again, in this example, we are optimizing reach without thinking of the longer term consequences or how it contributes to our value for the customer and from the customer, kind of loses its meaning. So it's disconnected from business value. That goes for page views, it goes for reach, it goes for open rates. They can be useful if they're a leading indicator of something, but on its own, they might be misleading as well. If you think about share of search, how much is our market share in that? It's very useful to gauge what your market share is, basically, how aware, how brand aware people are about you or how aware of your solutions. But if you're being found on things, you're just pushing out there because you want to be found, but you don't really have a differentiated proposition for it, you might be stealing a share of search that doesn't contribute to anything. Right? If you have blogs out there that do very well in search engines, but they don't lead to any conversions, or they're just too off topic for your brand and your imaging, then that's also a vanity metric you're optimizing for. So on its own, top funnel metrics are very useful to gauge the demand, to gauge your market share, to gauge how your growth and the influx of growth is going, what the lagging and leading indicators are. But you have to ask yourself, does this metric correlate with our actual goal, or does it just look good at a dashboard or in my next performance review?